Imagine this. As Allied bombs rained down on Berlin in the final throes of World War II, shadowy SS scientists huddle in underground bunkers, channeling ancient occult forces and reverse engineering crashed alien craft to birth the ultimate wonder weapon, a gleaming saucer-shaped machine that defies gravity, zips through the skies at impossible speeds, and could turn the tide of war. Whispers of Haunebu and Die Glocke echo through history, blending Nazi madness with extraterrestrial enigma. But is this the Reich's lost supertech, hidden in Antarctic ice or spirited away to secret bases? Or the greatest post-war hoax fueling UFO mania to this day? Strap in. We're blasting off into the heart-racing world of Nazi UFO experiments, where science fiction crashes into sinister reality, the spark of madness, wartime whispers, and Foo Fighters. Picture the chaotic skies over Europe in 1944. Allied pilots spot eerie orange orbs tailing their bombers, dubbed Foo Fighters after a comic strip quip. These weren't enemy planes. They danced erratically, vanishing in bursts of speed, leaving crews terrified of secret Nazi gadgets. Post-war, these sightings morphed into myths of full-blown UFOs engineered by the Third Reich. German engineers obsessed with Wunderwaffen, wonder weapons, did push boundaries. Rocket pioneer Werner von Braun's V-2 missiles terrorized London, while the Horten Ho 229 flying wing foreshadowed stealth bombers. But the sensational leap, conspiracy theorists claim Nazis cracked anti-gravity using Vril, energy, a mystical force from a 19th century novel about alien-like beings, twisted by the occult-obsessed Thule society that birthed the Nazi Party. Eyewitness tales from defectors describe glowing discs tested in Prague hangars, emitting deadly radiation that melted flesh and liquefied organs of unfortunate slave laborers. One chilling rumor, a 1936 UFO crash in Germany's Black Forest yielded tech that Himmler's Ahnenerbe Institute, hunters of ancient Aryan secrets, reverse-engineered for war. Thrilling detail? Pilots reported these fireballs, jamming radar, a precursor to modern electronic warfare, but amplified into alien alliances in fevered post-war lore. Conceptual designs of the alleged Haunebu fleet, blending Nazi engineering with otherworldly mystique. Dive deeper into the abyss. Codenames like Haunebu and Vril evoke disc-shaped behemoths, allegedly powered by mercury vortex engines or zero-point energy, capable of Mach 3 speeds and interstellar jaunts. Sensational blueprints leaked in the 1950s show saucers armed with laser-like weapons tested in occupied Czechoslovakia by engineers like Rudolf Schriever and Otto Habermohl. One prototype, the Flugkreisel, featured rotating paddles and jets, supposedly lifting off in shaky flights before crashing spectacularly. Then there's Die Glocke, the bell, a bell-shaped horror straight from sci-fi nightmares. Hidden in the Owl Mountains Project Riese tunnels, this 9-foot device allegedly used counter-rotating cylinders filled with a red mercury-like substance called Zerum 525 to warp space-time, creating anti-gravity fields or even time travel. Horrific experiments, test subjects, prisoners exposed to its hum reportedly suffered fluidization of tissues, turning to jelly in minutes, while plants mutated and crystals formed from thin air. Led by SS General Hans Kammler, who vanished mysteriously in 1945, Die Glocke ties to the Kecksburg UFO crash of 1965, where witnesses described a bell-like object hauled away by the military, Nazi tech spirited to America via Operation Paperclip, artist rendering of U.S. military concepts inspired by alleged Nazi saucer tech, like the Avrocar prototypes, Antarctic shadows, bases, aliens, and eternal Reich. The plot thickens with Operation Highjump in 1946, Admiral Byrd's massive U.S. fleet to Antarctica, officially for mapping, but conspiracy whispers claim it battled surviving Nazis in Neuschwabenland, a claimed Reich territory from a 1938 expedition. Rumors of Base 211, a subterranean city under the ice housing UFO fleets where Hitler allegedly fled in a U-boat with Eva Braun. Thrilling escalation. Neo-fascists like Miguel Serrano spun tales of Hitler as an avatar of Vishnu, allying with inner-Earth aliens or Hyperboreans for a Fourth Reich comeback. Bulgarian ufologist Vladimir Terziski claimed these bases operate today, blending Nazi tech with extraterrestrial pacts for world domination, genetic experiments, mind control, the works. If these adrenaline-pumping tales of forbidden tech and hidden empires have you hooked, why not subscribe to my YouTube channel? I uncover more mind-bending mysteries like this every week. Your support keeps the investigations flying high, cracking the myth, Real science versus post-war fiction. But let's ground this rocket. Historians like S.D. Tucker dismantle the legend as post-war fantasy, born from neo-fascist propagandists and Holocaust deniers like Ernst Zundel, who peddled UFO myths to rehabilitate Nazi image. No concrete evidence, documents, wreckage, or credible witnesses supports functional UFOs. Real Nazi innovations. Jet fighters like the Mi-262 and circular prototypes like the Arthur Sack AS-6, which barely flew. Viktor Schauberger's free energy. Vortex tech impressed Hitler but yielded zilch beyond wild claims. Allied investigators found advanced rocketry, not saucers, much captured via paperclip, fueling U.S. projects like the Avrocar, a failed hovercraft that looked UFO-like but flopped. Sensational debunk. Die Glocke. Stems from a 2000 book by Igor Witkowski based on unverified interrogations, likely a mix of nuclear experiments and disinformation. Echoes in the ether. Modern myths and X-buzz. Fast forward to today, X, formerly Twitter, buzzes with threads linking Nazi UFOs to modern sightings, esoteric fascism, and figures like Chris Mellon, whose family ties to Nazi sympathizers fuel wild speculation. Posts rave about Die Glocke, radiation horrors, or Jason Reza Georgiani's rants on Nordic aliens and Nazi eugenics experiments. One user quips UFOs are mythologized Nazi experiments, while others tie them to MK Ultra and secret societies. Neo-Nazi groups still invoke these tales, blending with QAnon-style conspiracies. A prototype Avrocar in testing, echoing claims of captured Nazi saucer technology. Here's the cosmic hook that orbits your mind. What if fragments of this myth are true? Nazi tech seeding today's black projects, or occult experiments unlocking human psi abilities suppressed by powers that be. With thousands of UFO reports unsolved, the Reich's shadow might still loom over our skies. If your curiosity's launched into overdrive, subscribe to my YouTube channel now. The next declassified bombshell could rewrite history. Join the flight.